Welcome back. We've got Dr. Paul Ananaba, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, here with us. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Does that particular story surprise you?
Well, just a bit, because it didn't look like, if Maina was to emerge, that it should be in this administration. Maybe if it was in the previous administrations, maybe we wouldn't have been worried. But this is an administration where anti-corruption is primary. So it can't just emerge after years without some form of explanation as to where he's been, why he went to where he went to, and why he should come back. Because I'm sure if you look through the civil service, you would have seen other cases that may look like that. People should not just come in suddenly, particularly when such person is declared wanted by a serious agency like the EFCC.
What about the announcement by the presidency that they ordered his immediate disengagement, and then he wants a report of what has transpired? Does that does anything?
That the president is right to have said so. The president did not disengage him.
Because what he can't, he has to be.
He can because if you follow the story, Maina is in the public service. The president cannot dismiss a public servant, I mean a civil servant, by a fiat. He has issued the order as the president. That is what the president should do. I agree with that. It is now for the relevant Civil Service Commission and all that, head of service, to take steps to comply with their principal's instruction.
Well, people are really concerned that, if you have someone like Maina come back, reinstated, and then promoted, that smacks of impunity. People are of that view. And then they say that perhaps he's not alone in this. What's your impression?
That's the point I just made, that it really gives some degree of worry because of the posture of the administration and also the expectations of Nigerians. Now, Maina did not just leave. Before he vanished or moved away, there were, as you could see, allegations that the man who came to cleanse a particular task force was even alleged to be more involved in what he came to fight against. So he should. So when those allegations, when you talk about the billions and billions, I seem to be at a loss. When you say 44 billion, 100 billion, that is money that, if you line up all Nigerians, take 100 billion, for example. If you like, I'm sure this room cannot contain it, even if it's intended in 1,000 naira notes. If you line up every Nigerian, I'm sure with 100 billion, that each Nigerian will get like 10,000 naira minimum. I'm not a mathematician. That's what we're talking about. The money is humongous. You cannot even understand it. I'm sure to some people, if you give them that kind of money, they will faint and die. Now, that allegation, that will be one of the highest allegations. In fact, even in the last administration, when anti-corruption was not so much focused upon, the allegation had started as far back as then. So if that is the case, and in the process of it, Maina was declared wanted, passed through National Assembly issues and all that, if he was to come back, it is no longer purely the anonymity you see in civil service. There should be some form of explanation to Nigerians that, even the ban is being cleared, this was the reason why he was away and all that. Does it mean that that position was not occupied by someone? what is the position is we are going to give? Was that position vacant? What happened to the person on that seat? Yeah. So these are issues. So when you just see that suddenly, like documentary showed, that in October a man is back. Not only that he's back, he's promoted, and he's in office. The effect is that there will be question, there will be interrogation as to the anti-corruption fight all of us are interested in. Because really, it's not only the president that will fight anti-corruption, all of us will be involved in the fight.
And the president is fighting alone?
No, I'm just saying that.
Do you think the president is fighting this corruption fight alone?
He is not. That's why all of us are concerned. The president has done his part. He said, listen, this man shouldn't be there. Whatever it is, send me a report immediately. And the report has been sent. That's what I expect the president to do. And he's done it. So we also, you the media, the practitioners and all that, we should ensure that these things don't happen. And if nobody raised it, the president may not know.
And that's the point where a lot of people are wondering that, look, how, because the way they say the president works is if he trusts you with a responsibility, he has absolute trust. He likes you to go ahead, do your job because he believes or he lets you know what is involved and he lets you go ahead and work. But with this kind of scenario going on, because if the president, he's come up, talked about his agenda, what he wants to achieve, how concerned should we be about the persons who are also working with the president? Are they giving him the right information?
Yeah, that is going into governance now. And I think the president will be taking notes. The president will observe that some of the people giving these assignments are not living up to expectation. And it is human, really. And where I will be concerned is if steps are not taken to remedy those situations. You cannot get perfect human beings anywhere, even in the U.S.
Do you think the actions of Maina, and we're still waiting to see what investigation the EFCC will do, if they will arrest him or not, but do you think the actions of Maina has in any way affected pensioners?
That is more than obvious. You know, look at the morality of it. A person works for 30 years, 35 years. At the age of about 60, 65, or whatever it is, depending on the pension law applicable in that state. I say that because of the position of the law. At 60 or 65, you are getting feeble. You expect that the labors you had put in will guide you and help you to go through. And when you were working, you were told to work that if you are getting old, the government will look after you. Assuming the person doesn't have a child or doesn't have someone to look after him. So what you are going to say is that the person becomes a beggar. If you didn't have a house, if you didn't steal, as people steal today, or if you didn't do some wrong things, the person is going to just be suffering. And people will say, you were in position, you didn't get anything. So this is the point. So it goes to the fabric. This is the worst people to tamper with their funds, the pensioners. Because you are dealing decisively against old age, against retirement. It's a very serious crime. I can overlook stealing, tampering or not doing the right thing for youth. They have opportunity to remedy those. But the old man, his pension, his only hope. I see many of them slump in the process of verification and all that and die. There is still a God in heaven that will also account to. And you're talking about 100 billion and all that and all that. This is not a matter that should take so much time. Everything about pension and pension funds should be given time-bound attention. He's going to court within 1 month. We need to get to the end of it.
The memo for his reinstatement was sometime in April this year. That means it didn't start today. Does that suggest to you that there are powers indeed